Right, hello once again YouTubers, Andy with you with another little video. So this video is going to be maybe slightly different from my normal kind of a video. I'm going to be just starting off with just some work, let's say. I had a knock on the door a couple of days ago, and it was my neighbour who's about 94 years of age, and he said, could you come and have a look at my gutters? Of course I said yes, I will, so I did. And they needed a bit of a cleaning out, so I got to work on his gutters, and here's just maybe 2 or 3 minutes of how I actually did that. I've no longer got my suction machine. Billy unfortunately has gone to electronics graveyard. It decided to pack up. Had it for about 10 years, but that was a really handy kind of a suction machine. So I've got to do it old-fashioned style with a pair of hands, a pair of ladders, and also a brush up there somewhere. Anyway, so I'm going to stick you on my hat, and you'll see how I do this. There we go. Right, this is the difficult bit. I don't like doing ladders, to be honest. I'm not afraid of heights, it's just that I've got very bad feet at the moment, and it hurts. Anyway, so not much of a gap there to get that in, but what I can do, what normally happens is that you can push these back a couple of inches, so I can actually get to the gutter itself, and I can carry on kind of sweeping through like so. And then when I've done that section, I can kind of then put them back again. So I've done this right all the way around the actual property. It's gutters all the way around. This is a detached bungalow. I live just over there, so not far to come to work at all today, but I don't do much in the way of this anymore, not with ladders. I normally have got my suction machine, but which is a lot easier because you can just kind of go along with it like that and suck the whole lot out, then get my drone up, and then I can inspect the whole gutter. But as I said earlier, I haven't got my suction machine any longer, unfortunately. Decided to pack up. I need to get another one perhaps, but they're not cheap. They're not cheap things. Just gives me a bit more room to get in there and actually do a proper job. Yeah, I mean, this gutter isn't too bad, to be honest. When all the rubbish dries, excuse the wind noise, when the rubbish dries, it's difficult to actually get it out with a suction machine, so sometimes you've got to get up here, up close and personal, and kind of get it out this way, kind of a thing. I'm just going to put them back. There you go. Each one to their own, isn't it, really, when it comes to making a living or trying to earn a crust. It just becomes more difficult, I think, as you get older. And there we go, guys. That's pretty much all I wanted to show you today. Yeah, so I've done all the way around the property. So you know, it's not a difficult job really. It can be quite dangerous when you're messing around with ladders, mind, and they aren't great things, but this thing kind of helps, where it just pulls me away from the property itself, and I can rest it against the fascia board. Here we go, guys. Right, on with the video. So I mentioned on I think my last video that we went to a town in Wales. It's only just inside Wales, called Monmouth. Nice little town, actually. Never been there before. I thought we'd go and have a day out in Monmouth, and it was quite a nice place. There's a lot of history there, and I'll get into that a bit later in this video. I did take my drone with me. Had a bit of a fly around. I used my DJI Mini 3 Pro. It was quite a windy day, and I didn't want to use my Flip or the Neo just because it was so windy, and I do find that the The Mini 3 Pro does really kind of cut through the wind quite well, and it did a really good job for me. So we parked up in Waitrose car park in Monmouth, if anyone knows where that is, and just across the main high street. We were told about this by a local. They said that there's a really nice Cornish pasty shop there, which you must go and visit. And me and the wife were getting a little bit hungry, and we fancied ourselves a cup of coffee. And the Cornish pasty shop, they very kindly let me do some filming, and I said I would also give them a bit of a plug. So check out the link down below, guys. I'll try and stick a link to the shop down below. So for you, perhaps people who don't know what a Cornish pasty is, well, it comes from pretty much from Cornwall. There's a bit of history to it. The Cornish pasty apparently was invented for the Cornish miners going way back when they used to go down the tin mines to mine the tin, and their wives would make them. It's kind of like, how can I explain this? It's like pastry, and in there you've got different fillings, but it was mostly potato, carrots, perhaps a bit of meat would be put in there as well. So they kind of wrap it up in pastry, and then they would throw it in the oven maybe for about half an hour or so, and it would then cook, and then it would cool down, and then the wife would then give it to the husband the next day, and that would be his meal whilst he was going down the pit. There used to be like a big handle kind of pastry off to one side of the Cornish pasty. They used to hold it by this handle of pastry, and then they would eat the Cornish pasty, and then they would just basically throw that piece of pasty handle pastry away because obviously they were dirty hands and whatever else. So yeah, it was a really enjoyable day. We enjoyed ourselves, and there is some history to this place. It's quite an old town. It has got an old castle there. We did go and have a little look around the castle. Not much of it there, but yeah, it's kind of an interesting town. You can spend maybe about a day there, or 3/4 of a day probably, and that would then probably be enough. I'm not sure. Yeah. It's a bit like the shambles. Okay, so I'll get the drone up, have a fly around, but here's a bit of history about Monmouth. So Monmouth is located in the county of Monmouthshire in Wales. It has a rich history and storied history. The town is best known for its association with the medieval and Tudor periods, particularly as the birthplace of Henry V, one of England's most famous kings. The town's origins date back to the Roman times, when it was known as Abergavenny, meaning mouth of the river Gavenny. It was strategically positioned at the confluence of the rivers Wye and Monnow. The area was fortified by Romans, and later during the Norman conquest, Monmouth became a significant military stronghold with the construction of Monmouth Castle by the Normans around the 11th century. Monmouth played a key role during the Wars of the Roses, and its strategic position made it a key point in regional politics. During the reign of King Henry V, Monmouth's significance grew further as it became the birthplace of the future king in 1387, adding a sense of prestige to the town. Over the centuries, Monmouth continued to grow as a market town, and in the 19th century it became an important centre for the wool trade. The construction of the Great Western Railway further boosted its economy. Today, Monmouth is a small yet historic town known for its well-preserved medieval buildings, scenic beauty and cultural heritage. It is also the gateway to the Brecon Beacons National Park. Monmouth's history stretches back even further than its medieval prominence, with evidence of human settlement dating back to the prehistoric and Roman periods. The area was likely inhabited by Zulus and Celtic tribes before the Romans established a fort here around the 1st century AD. This Roman fort, which guarded the important route across the River Wye, marked the town's beginnings as a settlement. After the Romans withdrew from Britain in the early 5th century, the region saw a series of invasions and settlements by Saxons and later by the Normans. During the 15th century, Monmouth was involved in the Wars of the Roses, particularly due to its proximity to the power struggles between the rival houses of Lancaster and York. Despite these tumultuous times, the town continued to thrive as a market and an administrative centre. In the 17th century, Monmouth played a role in the English Civil War, with the castle being captured by the Parliamentarian forces. The town's fortunes fluctuated over time, but it remained an important regional centre. In the 19th century brought further growth to Monmouth, especially with the arrival of the Great Western Railway in 1857, which enhanced its connectivity and led to the expansion of trade and tourism. The town became a popular spot for tourists, attracted by its scenic beauty, historic sites, and its proximity to the Brecon Beacons. Today, Monmouth is a charming town known for its well-preserved medieval architecture, including the 13th century Monmouth Priory and the Shire Hall, as well as its historical landmarks like the Agincourt Square, named after Henry V's famous victory. The town's rich history, combined with its beautiful surroundings, make it a vibrant destination for visitors and a proud symbol of Welsh heritage. Okay, so there we go. Then that was our brief trip around Monmouth. We both enjoyed ourselves. It took about an hour and 25 minutes to get from where we live in Swindon to Monmouth, going down the M4 and over the bridge. We decided to take a different route back, which took us up towards the north to Gloucestershire, and then we went back around the corner, basically down to Wiltshire, and then back into Swindon. Anyway guys, more videos to come. I hope to get out more and do some more spring watch videos with my drones, just basically going in the forest and just seeing things just become more spring-like. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, take care, and as always, bye for now.